Apple has refreshed their iPad Pro lineup for 2017, now with a brand new, larger 10.5-inch variant alongside the 12.9-inch form factor. Dimensionally, the 10.5-inch model isn't much larger than the old 9.7-inch, thanks to 40% slimmer borders. Increased resolution accompanies the larger screen to maintain the same 264 ppi pixel density. The new size is nice and all, but is it really worth paying more for the newer models? In our opinion, absolutely. Here's why. For starters, each model gets an upgrade to 64 GB of storage at the base price, along with the option to upgrade up to 512 GB. By far the biggest change this year is ProMotion, which doubles the screen refresh rate from 60 to 120 times a second. This greatly improves the fluidity of all interactions on the screen. Also, the refresh rate is now variable, matching the content you are viewing to reduce power consumption and extend battery life. With ProMotion, the Apple Pencil is now more responsive with latency reduced to 20 milliseconds, making your drawings and notes show up almost instantly, which will make a world of a difference for those who depend on it. Both new models sport panels with increased brightness, decreased reflectivity, and DCI P3 wide color gamut, which allows for HDR video viewing. The 2017 models now get upgraded cameras directly from the iPhone 7. The rear-facing camera now features optical image stabilization and a faster f1.8 aperture. The front-facing camera now has been upgraded to 7 megapixels, also gaining wide color gamut capture and auto image stabilization. With the 2017 models, we see an upgrade from the old A9X chip to Apple's new A10X Fusion, which consists of a 6-core CPU and a 12-core GPU. With a claim of 30% increased processor performance and 40% increase in graphics performance compared to the A9X chip. To test the difference for ourselves, we ran a series of benchmarks on both of the new iPad variants and the old 2016 model. The 12.9-inch model scored very similarly to the 10.5, except for an increased score in one of the benchmarks. So we'll just use the 10.5-inch for these comparisons. In Geekbench 4, we saw a 30% improvement in the single-core CPU test and a surprising 83% improvement in multi-core. In the graphics test, we saw a 73% improved score. Running Octane 2.0, the new model gets a 37% better score, and in the Antutu benchmark, there was a 39% improvement. Antutu's HTML5 test showed a meager 17% improvement. In 3D Mark's Slingshot Extreme benchmark, the new 10.5-inch got a 46% better score. Interestingly, the 9.7-inch received slightly better scores running iOS 11 beta than iOS 10 that we used in these previous tests. Because of the performance improvements, the new models gain larger batteries to sustain 10+ hours of battery life. We tested Touch ID on the new models and it still appears to use the slower first-gen tech like last year's iPads. The new 10.5-inch model now supports USB 3, which means faster transfer rates and support for faster charging. Unfortunately, you'll have to spend $74 on a USB-C to Lightning adapter and the 29-watt MacBook charger to take advantage of this. Since the 12.9-inch model hasn't been updated since 2015, it now gains always-on Hey Siri feature, a True Tone display, dual-tone rear and retina flash, and a rear camera bump that comes with the upgraded camera. The front-facing camera in the 12.9-inch model sees a massive improvement from 1.2 megapixels to 7 megapixels, allowing for 1080p FaceTime quality. You can pick up the new 10.5-inch model for $649 and the 12.9-inch model for $799. That may seem like a bit much, but the changes definitely warrant the extra cost, especially with the brand new ProMotion feature.